Hi guys, good evening. Just like you've seen on the thumbnail already, right? So this is my weekend analysis, right? This video is a series of one of those videos where I show what I'm expecting for the new week and what I'll be trading, how I'll be taking these trades, and what areas I'm going to be taking these trades from. Right, so I just want to dive right into the video. I don't want to take too long on this one, right? I'm at work and I don't know, I think the background noise might be disturbing, so please bear with me. So on US oil, you can see very well that US oil has been trending to the downside for weeks now. The weekly time frame is kind of like dirty, so let me just go to the daily time frame. You can see the market is kind of like going down. These areas are all areas of areas where the market has been turning, right? So that's why I put all these areas. I just want to delete some of them right now. I just feel like it's too much. I don't want to delete some of them. Okay, let's take this one out. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Let's take this one out. So let's leave this one. Then this one. This one is still active. This one is active. This one is active. So let's leave these ones. So what I'm expecting on US oil is it's very simple, right? You can see on the daily time frame that this trend line is being respected by the market. So I'll just be expecting a series of trend line bounces. That's what I'll be expecting to take this trade from. As you can see, last week we made a whole lot of crazy trades. We took this trade, we took this bounce of this area, right? We took it, then we took the sell also. We took three trades on US oil on Friday, and the three trades were winning trades, and they were nice winning trades. I made like about 30 over $30 on just these three trades alone. I had my biggest winning day ever, at least for now, right? I made $28 on Friday on US oil alone, right? It's supposed to be about 30 bucks or 30. It's supposed to be about $31, right? But I lost just one trade on USD on UJ, right? USD JPY. So it came down to $28.01, right? So that is that for that. So what I'm expecting on US oil is very simple. You can see that the price has bounced off this trend line once here, then it bounced off this place again. So what I'm expecting now, I'm expecting a third bounce of the trend line, and for that third bounce of the trend line, that means the market will have to create like a triple top around this area, this rising wedge. You can see this rising wedge, right? You can see this rising wedge, and you can see the breakout. I didn't trade the breakout, to be honest with you. I didn't trade the breakout, but I traded this retracement. I took a trade here, then I saw that market couldn't come down from here. I took another buy, then I took another sell from here. So that was three nice trades I took last week. So what I'm expecting now is that I'm expecting like a triple top kind of pattern from this area of resistance. Sell US oil. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what the hell was that. For me to sell US oil, this is what I'm going to be expecting, right? I'm expecting the market to kind of like turn down from this area, right? That is what I'm expecting. So so what I'm expecting on Monday, I'm expecting a bounce from this area, right? I'm expecting price to push up tomorrow, then come to this area, right? Then give us a kind of like a retracement kind of pattern. Then we are going to sell to this area. Then if we see a good breakout again out of this area, that's when we are going to sell to the next area of support and resist, to the next area of support, which is this one right here, this area. So that's what I'm expecting for US oil. I hope that music that was playing didn't mess up the whole thing because of copyright infringement and all of that. Pray it doesn't mess the whole thing. So that is that on that. On USD JPY, what I'm expecting is it's almost as simple as this, but it's kind of like complicated because if you go to the daily time frame, you can see that the market is kind of like trending, right? I kept this line here because it looks like this makes sense, then later it looks like it doesn't make sense any longer. Look like this makes sense, then later it looks like it doesn't make sense. So I'm kind of like skeptical. That's why I still keep that line on my chart, right? So this is what we have on UG, right? So you can see that the market on the, okay, let's go to the 4 hour time frame. And you can see very well that the market has been kind of like bouncing off from this area and from this area, but mostly from this area. But whenever it comes to support, we always bounce to the upside. I don't know why these guys are shouting. I hope this doesn't mess up the whole thing. So the market bounces off this support whenever it comes here, and it also bounces off resistance whenever it comes here. So what I'm sorry about that. So what I'm expecting now, yeah, I'm expecting kind of like a trend line bounce, right? But this trend line also makes a lot of sense. Wow, this makes a lot of sense too. So what I'm expecting now is I'm expecting a bounce of this trend line here, a bounce of this area here, this trend line. Then I'm going to be selling USD JPY. It's a very complicated setup. So the kind of setup that once it's in profit, I'll just break even once. I don't want to hear stories, right? Let me show you on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that the market has been respecting this trend line. Whenever it comes there, respect it 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So I'm expecting a kind of like a retracement to this area. So around 6 or 7, this should be in play, or 8 o'clock, highest 9 o'clock, this should be in play, right? So once price gets to this area, I'm just going to look for short positions, right, for me to sell. If I see the confluences I'm actually waiting for, then I'll take the sell to this next level of support. This should be my TP, but I'll be very careful. I'll be very careful not to mess with this level, because this level also holds a lot of ground. You can come to this level and kind of like start ranging, which is something I don't want, right? You can start ranging, or you can just reverse completely. So I'm watching out for this level, but that shouldn't be my full TP. This should be my full TP, right? I'll also be watching out for this trend line below this one here, because price has respected it multiple times. As you can see from previous price action, how price comes to the trend line and always bounce. Let me just mark it, so I won't forget about it tomorrow when I'm taking that trade. But there's something you should also know. USD JPY and GU, which is GBP USD, they are both negatively correlated pairs. So if UJ is going down, GBP USD is going to go up, and if GBP USD is going down, USD JPY is going to go up. It's over 50% correlation, so it happens almost all the time, So it's something that you should be keeping an eye out for. Whenever you see GU selling, you can as well start looking for entries to buy UJ. It is something that has been happening for a lot of for years now. It's something I've been tracking for years, and it's been happening for years. So it's kind of like a high probability thing right now. So that is just what I'll be watching out for. So the last time price came here, look at what it did. This was on Thursday, right? Rejected multiple times. So what I'm looking for now is just rejection of this trend line. A very strong rejection of the trend line, I'm going to close out, right? But if it's kind of like a not too strong rejection, then I'll just keep holding the shade off. It's kind of like a week out, or like a kind of like, let's say, a bullish variation pattern, let's say a bullish chart pattern, let's say like a morning star or something. I'm just going to close out the trade. Tomorrow, chart pattern I'm looking out for is either an evening star or a bearish engulfing. These are the chart pattern I'm looking for at this particular level for me to take this particular trade tomorrow. So that's what I'll be looking for on the 15 minutes time frame. Right? This 1 hour time frame just to show what I am actually seeing here on the market, on the chart. So as I said earlier, if UJ is selling, GU is buying. So you can see on GU on the higher time frame, let's say 4 hour, or let's even go deeper, 1 hour time frame, you can see don't mind my message out, please. You can see on the 1 hour time frame that this market is bullish, right? The only reason the market wants to come down is maybe you want to come and tap this trend line, this bottom trend line again. It has happened multiple times, right? Like look at this one. Maybe you want to do it again. That's the only time I think price will come to tap that trend line. So this is what we have on 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, you can see that this previous high here, this previous swing high has been has been has been very very strong, because it's whenever price comes to this area it refuses to break it. That's why I put this zone there. Right, you can see that price came here, this was August, right? Refused to break it, went below. I think I took this trade. I can never forget I took this trade, but I didn't ride the whole wave. I just closed around here. I didn't ride the whole wave, right? So you can see price came here again September, early September, rejected it again, like let's say like 4 times now, 3 times. So that's a very very strong area of resistance, right? So what we know now, what we have come to a conclusion is that whenever price comes to this resistance level, it is going to sell. So there's no long talk there. What I'm expecting tomorrow it's very very simple. I'm expecting a retracement to this level here. When I see retracement to this level, then I'll be looking to enter for these buys, right? When I enter my buy in the morning, this will be my take profit level. This area will be my TP, right? I'll take profit around here because that is the area where whenever price comes there, it's going to reject off there. So I don't want to do anything, say I want to hold, or just want to check if it's going to work or not. No, I'll just close out there. Then if I see a breakout of that area again, that is when I'll be confident in taking the buys, right? If I see a breakout and a retest on this level, I'm going to take these buys and I'm going to hold it to the next swing high. So that's exactly what I'm looking for in this market right now, and I think that it makes more sense for the market to come here and hit this support level, respect that support level before going up. Hitting that support level means hitting that trend line too. So why wouldn't it do that? Or it can also market can the market is dynamic, right? The market can decide to just not come down, it can just go up and start breaking this high here, this resistance. If it breaks above on the resistance in the morning, I'll be looking for a retest. Upon retest, I'll be looking for the buys, right? Upon retest, I'll be looking for the buys. I don't know if this makes sense, but that's what I'll just be looking out for. So it's as simple as it gets, right? It's as simple. There's nothing too complicated here. That is exactly what I'll be looking for on you on G, right? But on G, the only thing that'll make me sell if the market breaks below this area here, breaks below this support level. That is when I'll be selling. I don't think that I want to sell around this area here. This whole area, I don't think I want to sell there. But once it breaks out of that level, that's when I will have confidence and say, okay, I want to sell this market. But right now, it doesn't make sense to sell. But if I'm selling, this should be my TP. This next level of support, say that should be my TP. On UJ, the only reason I'm going to buy if I see a breakout of this area. So why I'm anticipating two moves is that the market is dynamic. It can move however it wants to move, whenever it wants to move. So the only reason I will be selling is if the market breaks out of the trend line and that area of resistance, right? Breaks out, retest it, and I'll be buying to this next swing high here. Alright, that's why I'll be this should be my TP. It's nicely. That should be my TP. But for now, I'm just looking to sell USD and buy GBP USD. So that's basically what I'm looking for. So also another announcement, I've deleted GBP JPY on Friday. I removed the pair because it was very very sloppy. So there was no real organic move on the pair, right? It was just like ranging for days, then one big move, range for days. Just imagine you have only one big move in a week, and that big move might happen, let's say in the midnight. So it doesn't make sense that much. So I just had to delete the pair. Maybe next time I'll be adding it whenever, when I have my trading setup, right? Maybe when I start trading from home, that is when I'll include it back. But for now, I'm just trading GU, UJ, and US oil. There's a mistake I made, and I'm paying dearly for it right now. I traded BTC USD. It's not a pair that's in my trading plan. It's not a pair that I should be trading. I shouldn't be trading on weekends, and I decided to trade GBP USD. The first trade, actually, I didn't execute it. It hit my TP1 before reversing. Alright, but this one is just reversing completely. So this is a sign for you, not for any reason, for you not to take a trade that is outside of your trading plan, because if you do, you are just going to get hit with this dose of stop loss and all of that. So my stop loss will be getting hit from now till 11 o'clock, and I'm cool with it, right? Funny enough, I'm risking about almost $7 on this trade. $7. If I was risking $7 on GBP USD, I'll be using like 3 positions or 2 positions. If I was doing that on USD JPY, I'll be using 3 positions. On US oil, I was risking $7 on $6, not even seven, $6 on Friday, and I was using 0.0, so I was using 2 positions, and I was using $6. I'm using $7 here, and I'm using just 1 position. So this is how stupid you can be sometimes. I will, I want to beat myself up so badly that I will not do this again, because the last time I tried this was in August, and I paid. Sorry, it wasn't in August; it was in July, and I paid yearly for it. And for some reason, I decided to take this trade again. Let me show you why I took this trade. One thing you need to understand now is that the crypto market is just so. Oh fuck! The crypto market is just so, like, so. What is the word I'm going to use right now? I'm looking for the best word to use. The market is just so unstable, right? Look at the whole trending markets and uptrend, right? So the market decided to break out of this trend line, retest it. It didn't only break out of the trend line, it broke out of this support level, turned it into resistance, right? Retest. I took the trade off of this resistance here, off of this retest and rejection here. Then I realized that the market just did not want to break this low. This was a swing low, and the market refused to break out of it. Then I was seeing this multiple rejections. At first I wanted to close. I was like, man, this thing is not going to not going to drop, because these are all like kind of like bullish candles. They all have weeks to the downside, more weeks to the downside than to the upside. So if you have more weeks to the downside, just know that this thing is not going to go down. There are more buyers coming in the market right now. So I was like, am I going to close? I was like, let me see what's going to happen. Then trade did not respect at all. It's hit our what's it called, our fib level, and it's still going up, so it means that it's going to hit our stop loss, and I'm cool with it. So next time I'm not going to make this stupid mistake. So I was supposed to start my account with $63 this week, but now I'm starting with 57 or less, because of this stupid loss I am taking right now, that I'm not supposed to take. I don't trade on weekends. I trade on weekend. I don't trade BTC USD, because the last time I said that I'm not going to trade it was due to the fact that it was a very, very, I would say, stupid pair for now. It's a very, very, like, so it's not a consistent pair nowadays, because it's very, very not because of the volatility. It's more like I'm looking for the right word to use. It's a more it's a pair that is now filled with manipulations, right? So that for that on BTC USD. I'm just going to find a suitable punishment for myself, because if I don't, I'm going to try it again. The last time I tried this thing was in June or July, so I tried it about 4 months ago, and I'm trying it again. So I'm just going to find a suitable punishment for myself. Maybe if I trade and make profit this weekend, I'm not going to withdraw, right? So I'm just going to find a suitable punishment for myself, so that next time I won't do this. So that should be that for that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm coming to the end of this. I hope you enjoyed what the information that you've been giving here today, right? So if you did, please like and subscribe, share this to as many people as possible, especially those that are really really serious about their education in the forex space, that really want to gain mastery of the market. Thank you very much. Have a nice one, and God bless you.